Hello and welcome back to this week's Wellness Wander. I thought there's so much colour and interest here in the herbaceous borders that we'd take a tour around. So join me as we have a look at what's looking fantastic and sparky here in the garden at the moment. For this week's Wellness Wander, I thought we would indulge in some fire and spark provided by a host of herbaceous plants and our island beds. But before we start, I'm just going to divert to take in these wonderful toadstools. So this is the magpie ink cap. Beautiful in its prime, but quite a contrast to this sublime scene that you can see here before me. So in the foreground of our herbaceous borders, you can see the reliable favourite Sedum Autumn Joy, which continues to give interest and colour right through to the frosts. And then as a backdrop to it, the vibrant blues of Aconitum carmichaelii Kelmscott. And as we wander along past the border, indulging in this great kind of cacophony of texture and colour, we can enjoy the soft fronds here of Pennisetum macrorum, which tower above the deep purples of Salvia nactivlinda, which here nestles amongst Pennisetum orientale, this wonderful arching graceful grass which grows and contrasts fantastically here. And just heading into this corner of the plantings, this lovely view of Salvia helianthus porciflorus, with the beautiful backdrop of the almshouses. And Amistad here is still flowering prolifically and contrasts stupendously with the vibrant flowers of Helianthus porciflorus. The borders here are planted in a very traditional style. So you'll find that the plants at the front are lower growing and everything in the middle almost peaks to provide height and splendour, towering above surrounding plantings. And the borders are a real joy, pretty much from early summer right through to this time of year. You can see here again Pennisetum orientale, coupled this time with the reliable Aster fricatii Munck, which has these lovely soft violet flowers whose ray florets surround this central disc. And as we hop across to the opposite border, the graceful wands of Panicum virgatum Shenandoah. Very graceful grass. And just across from it, the delightful form of Leucanthemella serratina, which really does provide brilliant value for this time of year. And here you can see the spent flower heads of Veronicastrum virginicum lavandulterm, which, although no longer providing their lilac colouring, still look quite magnificent to provide contrast here against the Leucanthemella. And we'll just take a moment to pause and take in this vibrant scene. And you can see here the form of the bed is magnificent. So in the foreground, lamb's ear or Stachys byzantina, this wonderful mass of Nacella tenuissima, whose feathery heads waft above the plantings, with a backdrop of Aster Munck, Miscanthus sinensis variegatus, and Aster Bars Pink. And the plantings now are a real crowd pleaser. And here again, more of the Bars Pink, this time topped by a great mass of Helianthus Lemon Queen. And the spent seed heads of Raponticum centauroides, and more of our Leucanthemella serratina, this time contrasting spectacularly with Miscanthus sinensis septemberot, whose beautiful panicles are silky but have this underlying burgundy wine colour. A divine plant to add interest well into autumn, but right through winter as well. I hope you've enjoyed this wander through our herbaceous borders. I'm sure that you'll agree that there's plenty here to whet the appetite and brighten a slightly overcast October day. I'll leave you with this final shot looking back across the borders and hope that you'll join me again in a couple of weeks' time for another Wellness Wander. Thank you and goodbye.